Welcome everyone to my day 9 Yule celebration and Yule lesson. Today we have a very special topic. As we've already discussed Odin once, here we discuss Odin again, but in more relevant terms to actual Yule. Today we talk about Odin and the wild hunt. Ooh, the wild hunt itself. So the wild hunt was called many things in different lands of the north. It was called Ostoria, or terrifying ride, or Odin's yacht, Odin's hunt in Scandinavia. In medieval High German, it was Wotan's Heer, Odin's army, or Wutenne Heer, furious inspired army in modern High German, or Wilde Jagd, the wild hunt. Even Odin, in some of his thousands of names, 2 of them reflect this master of ceremonies, Yulmir and Yellahera, which both mean relatively master of Yule. Let me read a passage to you. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle describes the Germanic and Norse tribes sharing this lore, this following event having happened in Common Era 1127. Let no one be surprised at what we are to relate, for it was common gossip up and down the countryside that after February 6th, many people both saw and heard a whole pack of huntsmen in full cry. Ah! They straddled black horses and black bucks, while their hounds were pitched black with staring, hideous eyes. This was seen in the very dark park of Peterborough town, and in all the woods stretched from that very same spot as far as Stamford. All through the night, monks heard them sounding and winding their horns. Reliable witnesses who kept watch in the night declared that there might well have been 20 or even 30 of them in this wild tantivity, as near as they could tell. Now, this spectral, nocturnal horde was the wild hunt, which was recorded in folklore throughout ancient, medieval, and even early modern European history, but was especially concentrated in the Germanic lands of northern Europe. In Scandinavia and German, we have their names. It swept through the forests of midwinter, the coldest, darkest part of the year, when ferocious winds and storms howled over the land. Howling storms. Anyone who found him or herself outdoors at night during this time might spot this ghostly procession, or be spotted by it, which might involve being carried away and dropped miles from where this unfortunate person had been taken up, or worse. Others, practitioners of various forms of magic, joined in it voluntarily, as an intangible part of them, a soul if you would like, who flew over the lands with the cavalcade while their bodies lie in their beds as if sleeping normally. Sometimes members of the hunt entered towns and houses, causing havoc and stealing food or drink. When accounts of the wild hunt mention a leader, the figure who filled this role varied greatly. In Germany, leaders could have been Perchta, Bertha, Berchta, Holt, Hola, Hulda, Fosta, Selga, Selda, Hemme, Herla, Birchtold, or Birchtold. However, as the wild hunt's various names across the lands attest, one figure was especially closely related with it. Odin, the god of the dead, inspiration, ecstatic trance, battle frenzy, knowledge, the ruling class, and creative and intellectual pursuits in general. Two of Odin's names demonstrate this association, Yule and Yulehara. The myths describe him frequently riding through the 9 worlds on his 8-legged steed, Sleipnir, on quests of shamanic nature. Another theme that connects him to the wild hunt, as H.R. Ellis Davison puts it. Speaking of the manifestations of the wild hunt that continue well into the Christian era, it was natural that the ancient god of the dead who rode through the air should keep a place in this way in the memory of the people, and it reminds us of the terror which his name what must once have inspired. So as you see, we have a number of connections and associations with Odin. I could find countless attributes in different books and research and all of the ancient lore associating Odin with this wild hunt. In the words of Claude Vicateau, the wild hunt fell into the vast complex of ancestor worship, the cult of the dead, who are the go-betweens between men and the gods. Basically, Odin goes around during the wild hunt, collecting the souls of the dead, bringing them to the various halls, or to the halls of Helheim. In Odin's wild hunt, there may be other goddesses which join him. Hulda, Birchta, many of the Germanic goddesses of earth, of the land, of the spirits of the land. For these Huldra were very much seen to follow the wild hunt, as they are also associations with death, bringers of life and of death. In this great time of Yule, we remind you to be careful outside at night. We don't want you carried away by the wild hunt. And we ask that you hail to Odin, to the goddesses of the wild hunt, and to our ancestors. For we speak to our ancestors, and they speak to us, giving us extra knowledge which we otherwise wouldn't know. They follow us and they guide us. They protect us, and they inspire us. Many of the same attributes as Odin himself. So with that, I say hail. Hail to Odin. Hail to the ancestors. Hail to the goddesses of the wild hunt. And hail to each other. For the hammer sign? Odin, Balder, Frey, Thor. Hail kindred.